All right. So today we're going to kick things off. When Mr. John joins, he'll take over teaching today. Hopefully. All right. So we are going to start with the days of the week. You guys know I'm not very good at these, so you guys should see me with months unattended. Thank goodness you guys are here because I get in trouble a lot. So we need to figure out what day today is. So first, let's put our days of the week in order. What day comes first? What do you guys think? What day comes first? Do you guys think Tuesday is the first day of the week? You guys, fun fact, full disclosure, I did not know yesterday was Tuesday the whole day. I had to ask Miss Denise at like 2:15 what day it was. And I was pretty adamant we had not worked a Monday yet. So if I'm off on these, I'm being very serious today. Miss Margaret is very clearly telling me Tuesday is not the first day of the week. All right. So do you guys think Sunday is the first day of the week? Okay, so there's, wrong screen. There's Sunday, then there's what? Sunday, then Tuesday? Because that's how my week worked. Miss Margaret says no.
That bad day comes after Sunday. That one we don't like to say.
Sunday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Where's Destiny when we need her?
She's right here, right on cue, Miss Margaret. You say her name and she shall appear.
We're here. We're late, but we're here.
Oh no, you're right on time. We are waiting to see if Mr. John gets tech going, and then he will take over and I will. Mr. John, are you ready?
Yes, now I am.
Okay, so Mr. John is going to take over for this, and I am.
Sorry, everybody. My room, it's kind of echoey, and it doesn't help when there are lots of people on a Zoom. So Ms. Tomoko was nice enough to let me borrow her office, I assume.
Well, you sound much clearer, John.
Thank you. Am I able to share? Yes, I am.
Oh, goodness.
Where are we at?
We just discovered it goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay. Excuse me.
No present mode.
I am now reading that. This is going great. Okay. So we are at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for our days of the week. Does any what goes in what comes after Tuesday? What is our order here? Does anybody want to take a guess?
Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday. What's after Tuesday? Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday. Good job.
Nice job, Des. Thank you.
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday, or the next day is Wednesday. And the three we have remaining are Friday, Saturday, and Thursday. Do any of those sound like they come after Wednesday?
Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday's next. And because I have a favorite day of the week,
Thursday.
I know that Friday is the day after Thursday, because that's the one I always look out for and I can't wait to have around. And then there's another favorite day of the week after that. It's our last choice. It is Saturday. So out of all of these, choices out of the 7 choices we have here, does one of those sound familiar, like what we did, like what day was yesterday? It was the
Voting
second,
Monday.
it was this, what was that?
I thought it was Monday all day yesterday.
No kidding.
Well, I know it wasn't the first day because the first day was Monday and Monday was super rainy. What was it? What comes after Monday? We will look at our order and it is Tuesday. So yesterday was Tuesday, which means today is Wednesday. Thank you, Miss Margaret. That was a nice signing. And then the one after Wednesday is Thursday. Okay, here is our months. You got to put them in order. And I've had such a confusing morning. I woke up late. I had to run to a different room to do our morning meeting that I have completely forgotten what month it is. So do we need to start from the beginning? Is there anybody who can take a guess as to what month it is today? Like, is there anything happening in a couple of days that would tell us what month it is? Any special events, any holidays? Does anybody have a clue? 2.5 raised their hand.
It is Halloween coming up in a few days.
Halloween is coming up. What month does Halloween happen in?
October.
That is right. It is October. Do we know what number month October is? Has anybody dated any papers lately so that they could help out? What number month is October? Miss Margaret is holding up a 10. Can anybody confirm?
Ash and Angela agree.
Miss Ash, yes. So this month is October. It is the 10th month. We're on good track.
Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is Miss Angela. I heard an interesting fact about Halloween today on the radio. That yearly Americans spend over $10 billion on Halloween with costumes, parties, and candy. So I just wanted to share.
Is that a lot or a little?
I think it's an awful lot, John. Huge amount.
A
How many
huge
Americans
amount.
are there?
Well, I guess that means we really like Halloween. So
How many Americans are there?
How many
A lot.
Americans are there?
Yeah, what's the breakdown to population to money? Because that might not be a lot.
I didn't get that far into it today. I was having a rough morning with my brain and I didn't even attempt that, Ash.
Okay, so what is the next month after October? We have the next one that was next October in our bank was January, but I'm looking down the line, I'm seeing November, June, April. Is there anything that sounds familiar? Yes, Miss Margaret.
Mr. Marchand said the next month is his favorite month.
Is it his birthday month too?
Is November,
Oh,
because in November is when we have Thanksgiving, and he loves turkey and he loves football. So he gets to eat all that turkey up and relax and watch football. So that's his favorite thing.
it's hard to beat those two. So we have October, November. I'm beginning to remember this, how it goes now, because after Thanksgiving comes Christmas and our winter break and that happens in December. And then it looks like we go from 12 and we go back to 1. So we're starting all over again. What is the first month of the year? Anybody? Any guesses? I'm looking at January, June, April, February.
I think
What
it's
is the
January.
word at the calendar that when we turn it over?
We think January in here. That's our guess.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So January. Desi, what month comes after January?
January. Oh, she's muted. Hold on. Mr. John, her mom's on a phone, so she can't unmute right now.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get her help in a little bit. But if I remember hearing Desi earlier, she would say January, and then she would say February. What comes after February? We have New Year's in January, Valentine's Day in February. I think there's another holiday in the next month, something about green.
Hey,
Yeah. And what month? And that happens in, I'm looking.
March for MSU.
We should really start renaming that month Izzo, but maybe we can apply to have that name changed. So January, February, March. We then start getting into the warmer months. We have spring break in April. And after April, we have Memorial Day. We have we're looking towards summer. Molly, what do you think? What do you think, Miles?
Molly, do you think it's June? Yes or no? What do you think, Molly? Show me. Does it go January, February, March, April, June? Yes or no?
Well, Molly said it, so that's where it's going. Anybody have any notes? Oh, hang on. Miss Cassie and her helper are holding up a no. Uh-oh.
I think Molly
You
was
guys
trying
wanna-
to trick you.
You guys want to debate this? What do you guys have? What comes after April?
What do you think? January, February, March, April.
May? Really? I guess that sounds kind of correct. That sounds a little like it belongs there. So we have January, February, March, April, May. Oh, and that's where June goes. Molly was close. Molly was off by 1. So we're in June. We're starting summer vacation, and then we have a big celebration after June with lots of fireworks. It's the 4th of it's the only day it's the day that only America has. What do you think, Molly? Is it the 4th of September? Oh, Miss Margaret's saying no. Is it the 4th of August? No, although it looks like Marshawn's trying to say yes, but Miss Margaret's blocking the camera. She's censoring him. Why? What's wrong? What's wrong with the 4th of August? So is it the 4th of July? Oh, I'm seeing lots of yeses there. Okay. 4th of July. And Oh, this is familiar because now this is our argument between Cassie, Ashley, and me about what the best month ever is. And Cassie always jumps in first and pretends like August is the best month. But Ashley and I know that September is actually the best month. Okay, so we'll look at our calendar. What day is today? Use the pumpkin to mark the day. Well, we know that it's not Tuesday anymore. We're going to move our pumpkin over by 1 to have it say it's Wednesday. Any special events today? I'm being told no. Now I'm being told yes. Now I'm getting nervous because I feel like I'm forgetting something.
He's reading during Tiger Zoom News.
Oh my gosh, how could I forget? How could I forget? It's very exciting. Okay, so I am actually going to ask everybody to legitimately help me out with the weather today because I am in a windowless room. I cannot see outside. I have no idea what's going on. So Miss Cassie is telling me it is cloudy. Can anybody confirm? Miss Margaret says yes. Molly, is it cloudy at your house too? Yes or no? No. Are you hoarding all the sunshine? You keeping it all to yourself? Well, we're gonna go with what the weather is at Torrance. So I guess it's cloudy again. What does it feel like outside? Miss Cassie has no clue. So, oh, Miss Margaret is saying cool. Oh, so if it's
Maybe
cool,
if you clicked on that little link, it'll tell us what it feels like outside.
oh, like, well, oh, we'll get like the temperature. Oh, let's check this out. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's the 21st century. The future is here. 43 and cloudy. So I would say Miss Margaret was right. It's cool outside. Wear a jacket. Wear long pants. Don't wear flip-flops. You're a loon if you do. Okay,
Oh,
we're gonna go to
Him,
functional.
guys, he
we're
tried to
moving
steal
on.
my
We're going to
shoes.
functional vocabulary. Look at the image up here at the top of the page. We're looking at some kitchen appliances.
Mr.
What
John,
does that-
can you go to present mode so we can see it a little bit better, please?
Sure. Oh, that's much better. Thank you, Miss Cass. So now that we can all see it better, what does this picture look like? Look at the options on the bottom. We have a scale that has a little dial in front and a bowl on top. It's where you weigh your food. There's a baking sheet for cookies, brownies, anything else you might throw in the oven. And then C says microwave, which is used to warm up your food in a pinch. What does this picture up here look like? Does it look like A, a scale, B, a baking sheet, or C, a microwave? I'm getting 1 C from the Loveland camp. I'm getting a C from 2.5. What does Omir and Molly say? Is it A, B, or C?
Molly, show us. Hold it up, Mouse.
I got him. C, that's right. Thanks, Molly. It is a microwave. where might you find a microwave? Do you find a microwave in the bathroom? Bedroom?
Well, it depends, Mr. John, because if you.
Kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's where I see
Jackson,
that.
he did that on his own. Sorry, guys.
That's
the main
okay.
place Would be the kitchen, Jackson. But if you go to a dorm, like where somebody is a student at a college and they have a dorm room, their dorm room usually consists of their bedroom, their meeting area, and their kitchen is all one room. So it could even be there.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point, Miss Margaret. So you're gonna find, so I guess we can summarize by saying we will find a microwave where people need to eat food, where they're living. It could be a dorm room, it could be, I don't know, barracks. Look at the image at the top of this page. Looks like a bottle of something, and there are some words on there. It says mouthwash. So which picture down here matches the one up top? Is it A, shampoo, B, conditioner, or C, the mouthwash? Miss Margaret says C. I'm seeing C from Miss Angie and Miss Denise, and Miss Cassie is signing a C. That is the mouthwash. What is mouthwash used for? Miss Margaret was pointing at her mouth. Yep, it is. It can be used alongside brushing your teeth with toothpaste. Kind of an extra step you can take.
And you definitely don't want to swallow it. You just want to rinse it and spit it out.
No, it tastes very good. I don't think, maybe that's design. It's designed to taste so bad so you don't swallow it. These other two things here, shampoo and conditioner, what are those used for? Miss Ash is pointing to her hair. The both of them? You use both? Wow. Hair gets a lot of treatment. Okay, look at this picture. We've seen this one before. It was on question 1. It was one of our choices. So is it a cupcake pan? Let's take a look. I'm not seeing a lot of little circles on it like you do on the cupcake pan. Is it a recipe book? Well, the book down here is green, and that's not green up there. Is it a baking sheet? That's our last choice. Yes or no? Yes. B for baking.
Yes.
Mr. John.
Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do some more functional vocabulary. We're gonna look at these two objects at the top of the page. What do they look like? Is it A, salad servers? Salad servers look like a big fork and a big spoon, and that's not what I'm seeing on top.
Me either.
B is says measuring cup with a handle, and looks like it's something you can put things in. I'm seeing no from Miss Angie, so that's telling me that we're also, this up here is not a measuring cup. C says salt and pepper shakers.
Something you shake. You like your pepper on your meals. Yeah. That's what I see.
Omir, I think, is holding up a yes. He's C. Yeah, those are salt and pepper shakers. Where would you find salt and pepper shakers?
On our table for dinner.
That's right. That sounds familiar. And what do you use them for?
To flavor your food.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at the time. We have another kind of clock that Miss Cassie mentioned yesterday, an analog clock. And we're gonna take a look at this number at the top. It's a 1 with 3 zeros. So what time is this? The small hand is pointing to the 10. The big hand is pointing to the 12. Any guesses? If the small hand is pointing to the 10, the big hand is pointing to the 12, what time is the clock showing?
9, 10.
10 o'clock. Thank you, Des. What clock matches the one on top? Is it A, B, or C? Miss Cassie's holding up a B. What do you think, Molly? What do you think, Amir? Desi has a B.
10.
Looking for a clock that has the small hand at the 10 and the big hand at the 12. I'm seeing a B from Miss Denise and Miss Angie. That's right. B is the answer. All right, time to do some cash money. Look at the items on the page. Looks like we have some Jello cups. And what is the number on the tag? What does it match down here on the bottom? Does it match a 1?
2, 3.
Okay, if it doesn't match a 1, is it matching a 2? I'm seeing no's. Does it match a 3?
Yes or no?
Oh, look at the yeses are flying.
Yes. Yes.
What do you think? Is $3 for 3 Jello cups a good deal? Is that a ripoff, or are we gonna get our money's worth?
In Destiny's mom's opinion, a ripoff. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
I saw some unsure faces.
It is a ripoff. I agree, Angela. Or
Angel, it's okay.
Angel, sorry.
All right, let's take a look at this sign up here. This is a new one. I don't think I've ever seen a sign like this before. So I'm gonna need some help. First, let's figure out which one matches down on the bottom. So the one that we're trying to match has a big red circle. So look for the option that has a big red circle. Which has a big red circle? A, B, or C? And I'm thinking we can take B out of there immediately because that's a square.
There.
I'm seeing C's.
Desi, I see a circle for C.
Okay, so that's right. We do have the red circle on C, so that's the one that we're gonna say. But what does this sign mean? I don't know if I've seen a sign like this before. Normally our signs have people on them, but this looks like there's an animal. Does anybody have a guess about the animal on this sign?
Molly, what do you think? You know this sign. Do you think it's for dog sledding or horseback riding? Dog sledding or horseback riding? Hold it up. So you can see. You're grounded. I heard that. What do you think, Molly? Horseback riding.
Well, that's a pretty fun sign.
Means on the road that people may be riding horses on the road. So you need to be careful driving through there so you don't scare the person and the horse that are on the side.
Do we have any horse riders here in morning meeting? Miss Ashley says yes. I've done it a couple times. What do these other signs mean? This blue circle, it's got something on it with, it looks like a couple of wheels and a handle. Where would we see something in a basket? There's a basket, a handle, and wheels. I don't know. Where would you see something like this? Nobody knows? Is this a
The
Missing
grocery store.
Store, it's a grocery cart.
oh my gosh, how could I not recognize a grocery cart?
Oh, a grocery cart.
Well, and so then we didn't really look at our square option because it didn't match what we were looking for up top.
Yeah.
But this looks like a bed. And I'm seeing a pillow here and some blankets. So maybe that's a sign on the road you'd see for somewhere you could stay overnight, like a hotel or a motel. Yeah, Miss Margaret agrees. All right, here is our temperature, our thermometer. We're going to look for the red line. We only have one side of numbers this time. So where does the red line stop on our thermometer? Miss Cassie says B, -20. Let's take a look. I'm going to count from the bottom. I'm going to say it says 60, 40, 20. That's right. It stops at -20.
Yeah.
And we talked about yesterday how -20 was super cold.
Brr.
But that doesn't stop Miss Ashley from wearing flip-flops for some reason.
Neither Desi or her mom.
Wow.
We'll ship you all off to the North Pole. We'll wrap up real quick with our vocabulary. We have our core words of down, no,
Down.
all, and yes. And then the ULS vocabulary that we are working with this month are healthy, which is what you want in your body and in your food. Unhealthy, the big X says that's what you don't want. Nutrition is what helps you get to be healthy. And choose. You can choose the foods and lifestyles to be healthy. Okay, we have our greeting. How do you greet a principal? Choices are A, give him a kiss.
How do you greet Mrs. Amy?
B, give him a wave. C, give them a high five.
I think I miss Amy. How would we say hello to Miss Amy? I don't know. High
I'm
five,
seeing
clap.
C from Miss Margaret, B and C from Miss Cassie, B and C from Desi, B and C from Angela and Denise. Waving or high-fiving the principal is okay. Kissing, not so much. Don't kiss your principal.
Something.
All right, that is the last slide on our morning meeting. Sorry for all the confusion and starts and stops, but we are happy to have you here. Let's all jump on over to Tiger Zoom News. That starts in 4 minutes. And then we'll see you after that at 11 o'clock for our lesson. So see you in a bit.
Thank you, Mr. John. Bye.
Bye.